Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I invite you into my daytime routine once again. Guess it was about 12 p.m. and all three of the girls came in from the back pasture on their own, so they each get a couple of cookies because I appreciate not having to chase after them, and that's not a problem. They come in willingly this time of day. We've got a really nice breeze today, which is really nice. They're enjoying it. The air current going through the barn today, and up until the really hot days of summer, really helps the flies stay off of them. Keeps their backs free of flies, and they enjoy that, and they can get a nice rest. Now, with every time when I come into the barn, I always address Belle first. She gives me a kiss, a lick, but I consider it a kiss. I always go to Belle first because she is the lead horse. Everyone sees her as lead horse, and she has been very willing to work with me being the lead honcho. So I respect her, and I do her grooming first. We're just about to the end of grooming for Belle. Just a few fluffy spots, but that's all. Always work my way down, making sure to take my time. I don't want to spook anyone. Got a few thousand pounds of horsepower around me, so it's best to be cautious and work calmly. I really want to emphasize that we have our own farm. It's not big, it's not fancy, but we do have the acreage and the barn to be able to keep our own animals here with us. I can't stress that enough because I know that so many people don't have that advantage or that luxury of being able to have their own animals on their own property. They often rely on other stables to keep their horses for them, keep them safe and even fed, depending on the package that you choose. You can choose a package where you come every day and you feed your own horse and you do their stable every day or twice a week or what have you. They have a whole bunch of different options. But if you've ever looked into owning a horse or just kind of dawdled around to see what was available, that's very expensive stuff. You can get the bare bones package. I've seen as low as about $400 a month, and they go up into the thousands. The sky is the limit. Some of the barns that do this kind of thing are climate control, and quite lovely actually. Beautiful, beautiful barns they have, and the stables are absolutely pristine, very high end. That is not what we have here. What we have is perfect for our needs, and we love it. But when you think about the cost of home ownership, there's many videos here on YouTube that will explain it to you more in depth. I welcome you to go check that out. There are several things that I could think of for improvements on our farm that would be very helpful, such as probably some sort of front loader, whether it be a little bobcat or a tractor that can fit through the stall door there. I've got a lot of winter catching up to do in that first stall, the largest stall. Not so much cleaning up to do in the middle and the last stall, but as you're aware, with wintertime, the horses and the donkey spent a lot of time inside the barn, and translation, lots of poo-poo and lots of pee-pee and lots of hay being thrown around. So I've got some catching up to do, cleaning up the barn, which is to be expected coming into the springtime. But I'm not able to do quite as much as my ambition wants me to. I have two torn rotator cuffs, one partial in my left and one much worse in my right, and I do not want that surgery. So inevitably I have to take my time and not do too much so that I don't complete the tear or make it so that I'm no longer useful to my animals. So I have to take it easy. So if you see some hay lying around, I think you see one of the piles that I was working on this morning over in the main stall there, little by little, but it'll get cleaned up. Doesn't affect the horses. They've got plenty of room and fresh grass to roam around in all the time. They do not stand in their waste. They don't have any ill effects by that. So I guess you could say that we would save probably about $700 a month in horse fees if we were to not have the proper barn and stalls and pasture. I would guess that would be about the right amount of money, about $700 a month. And that doesn't include food. I do believe you have to provide the food also for your animals at that price. So yes, indeed, if you did not have the pasture or the barn itself, horse ownership is expensive. Now, something interesting about the expense of horse ownership is that it really isn't based on the purchase price of your horse. I found that ironic. Now, sure, you can get into horses where they have pedigrees and they have special qualities or a special lineage of a certain riding style, and that's all well and good. But of course, that with anything, if you get, the bigger stereo speakers in your new car, you're going to pay more money. Not that a horse is a new car, but the more features you get when you purchase a horse, the more expensive your horse will be. And I've got it on pretty good authority that if you wait long enough, someone will give you their horse. That's what happened to us. We got one horse, which was a rescue, which was Blueberry in the back. You see her little ears pointing up. She's waiting to be groomed. She was an Arabian, and she was dropped off at the BLM Rescue in Edwardsville, Illinois. And that's it. They dropped her off. They didn't give hardly any information about her. She was about 19 years old. They could tell the rescue that, and they just left her on the front lawn. They surrounded her with a white, I don't know what you'd call it. It's kind of like white tape that they'd put around for a temporary enclosure, and that was all that was keeping her in, was this piece of white boundary in a small area. And that's when she was brought to a friend of mine's little farm, and she contacted me because she knew how much I wanted horses. So I did not pay any money for my animals that you see here. Belle is, I guess she's 25 now. Belle is the sorrel that I'm grooming right now. She's 25. If you know anything about horses, a healthy quarter horse like Belle can live up to 35 years. I've got plenty of years left with Belle to pamper her. I have ridden Belle, and she's very sweet ride. She's a very mellow horse, and there's no bit or bridle required. I did not have a saddle. Her and I just decided to make a go of it, and it went well, very well actually. I'd be riding her more, but we've been getting a lot of rain, so the ground's pretty slippery. And I don't really want to jeopardize the horses or myself. So we'll wait till it dries out a little bit, and then we'll do it some more. The donkey you see in the foreground is Lucy. She was also given to me. Her sister, Ethel, passed away this past February. I haven't shared that very much, partially because I was not ready to share that. I have a video showing what had gone on with Ethel. Still haven't edited that, but I will get it out. It's a tearjerker. It's gonna make me sad to edit it. It's gonna make me sad to upload it, and it's gonna make me sad to watch it. So I'm not ready to do that just yet. But I knew when we got into having I don't want to call us a rescue. We're really not a rescue. We are retired, and we have decided to bring horses in, and the donkeys just came at the bargain of Belle. So we're just normal folks who happen to be retired and moved to a farm, and we're able to realize some dreams that we've had for a very long time. It's a beautiful day here in Illinois. It's very breezy, and it's a nice, perfect temperature. I think it's about 70 degrees. So that's just absolutely perfect here. I've mentioned this quite a bit in my videos, and I know that this one might be a little bit long, but I make these videos not simply for the audience to view them and enjoy, but I make these videos so that my family can have them beyond just using them on YouTube. I want them to be a memory. I want them to be, in a sense, a diary of our adventure on our farm with our horses and our donkey. And in time, we may have new horses or more donkeys. I don't know. That's in God's hands. But I'm not sure. Oh, hi, Abby. That's my puppy dog. She's so good. I have multiple sclerosis. And what does that mean? What is my multiple sclerosis? Well, the type of multiple sclerosis that I have is very much all in my actual comprehension, my cognition, my basically my processing and my thought skills are very much hampered. And in time, my MS will progress, and it is not a disease that can be cured. It can, however, be slowed. I am on medication for my multiple sclerosis. It's the generic of Tecfidera. I'm very pleased with this medication. I have been on other medications for multiple sclerosis. I am not a fan of those. They were either too limiting to my everyday life, or I didn't like the method in which I'd have to administer them. So Tecfidera is a pill form, so is the generic. And so I found a medicine that I am content with. It doesn't give me any bad side effects like some of the other medications had. So I'd say that I found a nice, happy middle ground with my disease. So as I continue with this disease, I'll continue on this medication. And in time, I'm 51 in a few days now, so it will get worse. It cannot be cured. There is no cure for multiple sclerosis. So you just go with it and try to limit your activity. Don't do too much. Stress is very bad for my multiple sclerosis. So doing what I'm doing here is the absolute best therapy that I could enjoy with this disease, because these animals give me nothing but peace. They give me a very lovely day and it helps me a great deal. Someday I won't be able to do this. If my multiple sclerosis happens to advance and move into my spinal cord, which it hasn't yet, that would indeed affect my walking, my standing, and it could even affect my systems, my respiratory systems, my circulatory systems. It's quite the nuisance of a disease. But if I can slow it, and I can put it off as long as I can, I'm going to try. And part of the way that I put off this disease is by enjoying my horses and coming out twice a day and grooming them and loving on them and giving them the best half of their life that they're going to have. These are all older animals. And since God has given me a blessed second half of my life, I'm going to give it back to them. And they're all going to live happily. They're all going to be healthy. And they're all going to be treasured, just like I believe that they all should be. Lucy has been waiting patiently, and it's now her turn. She's got the most winter fur to lose now. Between all three of them, the horses are pretty much finished. And now Lucy is in the real hair loss is going on now with Lucy. She's losing it though. That's a really good indication of her health. Sometimes horses don't lose their winter coat very well, and that could have, I believe I mentioned in a prior video, that could have health consequences. So I'm very happy to see that. This has been yesterday 1 year since I've had Lucy and Belle, since they've come to our farm. They're doing very, very well, and I really enjoy them very much. Now when the older, or the brown donkey was with us, Ethel, she was the star of the show. She wanted me 24/7 all the time. She wanted to be cuddled and pet, and definitely not ridden or haltered or hooved done or any of that. But she was very affectionate, and she was definitely the lead donkey. And I never really got to know Lucy because Ethel was always the primary focus. So I see this as an opportunity to be able to enjoy Lucy as an independent personality, and she's proven to be quite a delight. She's very sweet. She's very calm. She is a little skittish, but she has let me halter her. We've got her on a farrier schedule with the other horses, which was a big concern for the donkeys, because not only did they not get the same farrier care as the horses on a regular basis, but their hooves had overgrown, and it was very upsetting to see them that way. And Ethel wouldn't dare have it, and thankfully Lucy is becoming much more agreeable. Don't misunderstand, it is not her favorite thing to do in the world, but she does tolerate it. And my farrier Shannon is wonderful, very patient, and Lucy's finally getting her hooves done. I think it's every 4 to 6 weeks. So I think that's the key. It's routine, so they realize it's going to happen again, and it's not going to kill them. So there's no need for them to kill us when we try to do it. So yeah, that's promising. She's doing very well. As a matter of fact, my farrier pointed out that Lucy's got very bad hooves. They grow almost twisted, and that's from birth. That's a birth problem. So she's had bad hooves her whole life, so she can make them better. She can keep them shorter, but they'll never be perfect. And as far as hooves go, Belle has thrush in her hooves, so that's a fungus, I guess, that they get. And I'm going to be working on putting some ag lime down in the barn floor. That's why I'm in the habit of, I'm cleaning up, in the process of doing a better cleanup, so I can lay down some lime on the ground to help her battle some of that thrush. It's not something that will harm her life expectancy, but it does and can cause irritation in their hooves. So I'll be doing that shortly. And Blueberry apparently has perfect hooves. My farrier loves Blueberry's hooves. They're just great. She loves them. Good feet. She's got good feet. Blueberry has also lost her limp that she had when she came here. So that's wonderful news. My granddaughter has ridden Blueberry, and that went very well. So that's really, what else could we ask for? Nothing. They're perfect. All three of them are perfect. Now, if we could ride the donkey, one of the kids could ride the donkey, that'd be great. I'm just not so sure that's going to happen. But all we have is time. And lots of it, God willing. If you look closely, you can see we're using the what is this called again? The Shed Easy. It's the wood-handled shedding blade. Works very, very well. We're getting quite a bit of new shed off of Lucy today, which is really great because it's going to get warm and we want her to be comfortable. Probably next week will be their bathing time. The weather's still been kind of up and down. Last night it was quite chilly outside. I do not want to get them wet until I know it's going to be warm enough for them to be comfortable and not introduce any colds unnecessarily. So maybe next week or the week after I will give them their really thorough bathing, which they need terribly. And I'm sure that I will catch that also on video and share that. That should be fun. I know that Belle's previous owner said that she really loved being under the hose. I don't know about Blueberry, what she's going to be like, so I'm definitely still going to just want to take my time and not push it. Just go slow. That's the key to this, is just go slow like I have been doing. Some might say I go a little slower or too slow for their liking, but hey, I do what I feel is comfortable for both the animal and myself. And in order to not jeopardize the trust that I've built with these animals over the past year, I'd say that my method has been quite successful. She really likes this. She likes being babied, which is wonderful because I like babying her. They prefer your hands to any tool you could possibly have. So I do try to use my hands whenever I can, so we can have that one-on-one contact that they enjoy so much. having a little fun right here with her mane. Just got a little mohawk going on here. I think it's pretty cute. During the wintertime, it turns into like this big cotton ball. It sits on her forehead. It's pretty cute looking. She's dealt with me all she can on there. She doesn't want any more of that. There we go. Look at that. She's got a little mohawk now. She's absolutely adorable. I love this donkey so much. She's so sweet. She's like, oh, come on, Mommy. Isn't that enough? Well, Mommy's having fun. And I'm pulling out little puffs of hair that I've loosened. And then we're going back to the weaver brush. And this is this Strip Easy, I believe it's called. And it's got bumps and different edges on each side. And I'm going to be using it on Lucy now. And it's not going to take me long to realize that she could care less for this tool. I mentioned in another video, Strip Easy, that's what it's called, I think. The horses and the donkey don't really care for this tool. See how she's looking away? That's body language for, I could take it or leave it, Mom. Okay, this is going back to the weaver brush. You really learn a lot by their body language, what they like and what they don't like. And it's subtle, but if you pay attention, it's like having a conversation. Oh, now you can see her bottom lip starting to drop and get droopy. And then her head's going down a little bit because I've got a spot. Oh, yes. I got inside the ear with the brush, and she is loving that. Those ears are big, folks. And it's hard to get down there. She's really enjoying this. Aw. I'm just giving her a nice gentle scratch. Getting all the stuff out of her ears. You name it, it's in those ears, boy. If you were able to see her up front, you'd really get a real good understanding of just how big these ears are. Let her see what I got out of her ears. She's very happy. Some little loves, some little scratches, and some touches, and she'll be done. She enjoyed that very much. You can tell that she is relaxed and enjoying her beauty time, and the other horses are behaving quite well. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to clean up a few areas and some little tufts that I see. And we're going to wrap that up for the day. Well, the afternoon. I come back at about 4 o'clock and I feed them their grain, and I don't brush them then, but I'll see them again for the final time. So I go out there 3 times a day. A luxury that I enjoy and I would not have if they were kept somewhere else other than our home farm. So I rejoice every day that I have this opportunity to be able to love them right where I live and be able to come out at my leisure to touch them and love them and spoil them. And look at the face. She's loving this so much. I'm so glad that all of you are here. I hope you've enjoyed the video for today. Remember to like and share and subscribe. Look at that face. She's so happy. I'm scratching both of her ears. Ah! She's like, that's good. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please think about subscribing, liking, and sharing my videos, and help me get to that 1,000 subscriber count so I can do live streams and I don't have to edit as much, and get to even bring you more content. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, everyone, have a blessed day, and I'll be seeing you shortly. Bye-bye, everyone.